What's up everybody, Sparkles McGlitterbuns here, coming at you with another video. Today we are going to be reading a book that I wrote when I was 7 years old. Yes, that is right, you heard me correctly. I, as a precocious 7-year-old, didst write and publish a book. It was in the publishing center in my school, and I mean everyone else was doing it, so I guess that totally justifies it, right? Getting hooked on books at that early age. But yes, back in the day I had a very different name, and I don't want you to know it, so there, foiled by my sticky note of doom. That's right, sticky note of doom. They sell those. They're blue-colored. Alright, without any further ado or faffing around or anything of the like, the book Summer's Coming by me. Dedicated to my dog Aurora. She was a very good dog. I totally stand by that dedication. Best naps ever. Best naps, bruh. It is hot. Flowers are budding. Blue jays are coming back. People are going to the beach again. Mice romp again. Mice romp again? Like, I guess you could actually call it romping what they do, or faffing, or jumping, but seriously, I was the kind of 7-year-old who felt it necessary to point out that the mice were romping not just for the first time, but again. There are longer days in summer, and my birthday comes. Butterflies rest on people's arms and legs. Bees sting and pollinate. I love how he needed a whole separate clause to determine that the butterflies in fact rest on people's legs as well. Like, when are you just like walking along and a butterfly is just like, "Hurrah!" and just like attacks you on a limb? Like, does that happen to anyone? Because apparently that was like a serious concern for me at this age. I am big enough to swim to the barge. My mom and dad are reading in the sun. Insects buzz around them, including grasshoppers, flies, katydids, mosquitoes, and spiders. Some children have rafts and boats with life jackets. We have a picnic and go home. We go to bed because we will go back to Ocean Point to watch the stars come out. Okay, so setting things straight, it was not a barge, it was a float. Barge is like a giant flotilla thingy. This was a small thingy that floated, and small children would stand upon it and be like, I am mightier than the ocean. Also, great grammar skills there. Mom and dad as proper nouns. Wow. It's like there are no other mothers or fathers in the whole universe. I see I was clearly at the phase where if you list a lot of things, that means that you're like very knowledgeable about them. So clearly I got a little bit caught up in the listing. Insects buzzing would probably not include spiders. Spiders don't buzz. Unless, maybe this is why I've been afraid of spiders my entire life. I'm afraid of the New England buzzing spider. You know it before it strikes with its telltale bzzz. I wake up my brother. The stars are out, I say. We run to our parents' room and wake them up. Honey, Mom says to Dad. The stars are out. The stars are out, he stammers. I love the little attempts at correction here, like somehow sneakily nobody would notice. And hey, what is there in a book that a little bit of whiteout can't fix, right? We run to get dressed anyway. We get into shorts and tank shirts. We run to the car with Mom and Dad and drive to the beach. Oh no, we forgot the telescope. But we can still look at the stars. While looking at the stars, Mom says, we will go to Sturbridge. Again? We say happily. We run to get dressed anyway? Was there a certain point in here at which we were not going to get dressed? Were we like just like running around like naked children do, just like, what up? Like, what exactly was going on in my household when I was a child? This picture basically makes it look like my brother was the Wolverine, and I can guarantee you that is not at all the case, and or not what my brother looked like. Art skills? Leave it to uni comics, am I right? Again, no closing quote there, just sloppy, sloppily done, no attention to detail. What is wrong with you, child? The next day, we drive over 200 miles to Sturbridge. We stay at the yellow house in room 15 again. I flop down on the bed we had last time. We again have a picnic by the blue house. What is with me and the word again? Like, I'm really excited about all this repetition here. Like, yes, the first time was good, but the second time, that is when it will be better. Really proud of that 200 miles too for some reason, like a whole 200 miles. Man, God, the 200 miles? What kind of an accent is that, Doctor? I don't know, I'm too astonished by the 200 miles of which the child speaks. To the rest of the world, I'm so sorry I had an American education. That is all. That's all I can say. There is some skunk cabbage. Run, run! Ian has picked the skunk cabbage. I yell to Dad, throw the keys. He does. I run and unlock the door. We run in and lock the door. We yell to everybody, "Skunk cabbage!" When I ran, I did a handspring like a gymnast. Okay, so first off, this was actually kind of based on a trip that we did take to Sturbridge, and we did go there twice as a small white child in New England, but there was never any skunk cabbage. It was this giant, like, boogeyman, like, don't pick that, it could be the skunk cabbage. No, not the skunk cabbage. We are going into the strange accents again, doctor. Like, it was never actually a legitimate concern. But apparently, I thought it was like The Happening in that it was going to fly through the air and attack me with all the skunky doom that it could. I love how I totally threw my brother under the bus with this one, too. Like, if someone is going to fictitiously pick some fictitious skunk cabbage in my fictitious story about Sturbridge, it's gotta be my brother and not me that picks the skunk cabbage, because I don't want to look like a smelly belly, right? With the lack of end quotes here, I can't even tell if I'm supposed to be yelling half of these things to people or things that we're actually doing. Of course I did a handspring like a gymnast, because that makes sense. When you're running from skunk cabbage attacking you through the air. But again, are we yelling this to people, or is this just a thing that happened? I don't know. See, this is the importance of periods and end quotes. I can't even tell. Genius, literary genius here. Phew, it's over, but look at all the skunks. They are looking for their prey. We shouldn't go out there. But out we go. Ugh! In we run. We go to Sturbridge Village and go to the Friends Meeting House, the country store, the bank, the church, the meeting house, the blacksmith, the potter, the sawmill, the herb garden, the bakehouse, and the gift shop. We get a lot of things like a bonnet, a tape, and some books. Okay, so what? They are looking for their prey? Like grubs and stuff? Yes, the mighty skunks looking for their prey. Again with the lists. We went to a whole bunch of places and didn't I list some of these places twice? Friends Meeting House and the Meeting House? Are there two separate meeting houses? Like, how many people were there back in Sturbridge? Like, I don't think there were that many that necessitated two separate meeting houses, so yeah, listing, well done. There are actually two lists in this brief yet somehow simultaneously endless paragraph here, so two for the price of one. The next day we drive to Portland, and a few minutes later we are in the pool. After that we have showers and go out to dinner at the Roma. I am so tired that I fall asleep very fast. In the morning we get into the same clothes as last night. We set out once again for the last time. We set out once again for the last time in the clothes that we've worn the day before, which I felt it somehow necessary to point out. Did I have some kind of problem with this? Like, I feel like this is some kind of long simmering grudge that was like, you made me get into dirty clothes. You animals! How dare you? How dare you, Mom and Dad? Gosh, I really hope they're not watching this. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, look, the ending. We're almost there. I go to sleep very quickly because I will have a big day when I get up. I love Sturbridge Village, and someday I will go with my children and they will go with their children. Okay, so for one thing, I lived in a place that was not an entire day's drive from Portland, so what exactly was I doing that, like, I went to sleep, got up, drive, oh, it's so exhausting sitting in the back seat. Oh, the strain of having to look at the greenness and the rocks and the hillocks and all that as it flows past. Oh, positively exhausting. Gosh, you just don't know how good you have it, kid, do you? You just don't know. You just complain. You just whinge. As if there was any kind of doubt about how much I loved Sturbridge Village at this point from the number of lists pertaining to it. I feel it necessary to point it out here again. Just hammer you over the head with that just a couple times. Just smack it in for good measure. And I will go with my children and they will go with their children? Ooh, sorry, kid. I got bad news on that front for you. Yikes. You can go back if you want to. And of course, there's an about the author, because everyone wants to know what this 7-year-old prodigy child had to say. About the author. My name is Nope. I love school and traveling with my family. I am 6.5 and I like reading and writing. I went to Sturbridge Village and I want to go back at Thanksgiving. Clearly you like writing. Clearly, since this came about. You can't see, but I'm holding it. It's right here. This. Really? You want to go back to Sturbridge Village, which is this entire piece just like propaganda to get mom and dad to take me back? Like, I will read books, and in fact, I will write books, but you better take me back to Sturbridge Village because I gotta see them meeting houses. Summer's coming? Let's all just be grateful winter's coming. Am I right? And don't pick the skunk cabbage. Thanks so much for joining in for another video, you guys. If you like what you saw here, like, subscribe, throw a comment down below. Share this so that everyone can see the stupid faces and weird voices that I make. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.